Then we've got SRT Heating on Instagram. The Cowboys of our trade are named and shamed. They investigate secret cameras to make a case, etc. Name and shame.
Yeah.
But we report our business being broken into and get a crime reference number.
There should be like a fucking website, or there should be some like check a trade, but check a fucking customer. I like skiing. You know, I don't like skiing. I'm a snowboarder.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've turned round, and if you could have had if I hadn't been wearing gloves, there'd have been claw marks. Yeah. My mates were at the bottom, and they was looking at me, they was going, we thought there was going to be a fucking helicopter rescue here, do you know what I mean?
How to sink a floater in a customer's bog.
Ooh, oh, don't.
How to sink a floater.
I'll tell you what, once, I was on this job, right? I was on this job, once, and I needed, but then under close inspection, when I had a look at it, it was like, ooh. And I looked round and there weren't no bog brush. That's the worst thing in it. There's no bog brush.
Hello, welcome to
Off the Job!
Overtime, where there's banter and your stories shared. Please be warned, there may be some general explicit content.
Okay, welcome to Off the Job, Overtime. Cheers. Kieran's feeling a little bit lightheaded today.
Can you talk today?
I fucking talk normally, you prick. What are you talking about? What happened? Tell us, what you been doing on the weekend? You on the back end of a fucking 3-day bender, is that right?
Not much sleep. I went skiing.
Skiing?
Yes.
Bit of skiing, a bit of après ski in the mountains of where? Andorra?
Pasta la Casa, yeah, Andorra.
Ooh.
It was nice. Enough snow.
Yeah?
Good fun.
Did you hurt yourself?
No, but I did fall over a few times.
Yeah. Hurt your coccyx?
No.
No?
I'm not a boulder, I'm a skier.
Oh, yeah, I forgot. Yeah, you're a prick with a stick. That's what we call them in the game.
But I left the second day, I had to ski with no jacket.
You're odd.
I lost my jacket and I thought, this ain't a good idea to go skiing without a ski jacket.
You didn't have a waterproof T-shirt on, did you? You just had, you got wet, didn't you?
I had my normal jacket on.
Yeah, you got wet, didn't you?
And I fell over and it covered me.
You got wet, didn't you?
Yeah.
That's why you don't ski without skiing equipment. And now you're like a bear with a sore head because then you got on the piss. Probably don't feel that well.
I should have had today off. Why didn't we film tomorrow?
Well, it's your idea, isn't it? You know what I mean? Tell us about your ski trip.
Okay, let me tell you. I'm trying to tell you some safe stories that happened.
Safe stories. I like skiing. You know, I don't like skiing. I'm a snowboarder.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you ski before or?
No, I only ever done snowboarding.
I do want to transition because snowboard is a lot more cool, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah, I think so. It's better. I think it's better.
But I didn't want to hold people up. Because you know, when you always with that, you take that one guy that's super slow at skiing and just.
Is that you?
Nah.
All right. Are you quite a good skier?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not the best snowboarder, but I can get down pretty quick.
Because when you're waiting for someone, it's so annoying.
Yeah.
Stop, start, stop. You just want to
get down, don't
get
you?
down, yeah. But
I went to my first trip was to Sierre Chevalier in France, and I'd had about an hour of practice on a snowboard before. So I went to Milton Keynes Bowl,
Snow Dome,
the Snow Dome, yeah. And I think we there's one in Hemel Hempstead as well. I can't remember which one it was. I think we might have gone to Milton Keynes. I'd been an hour on the slopes, and I think within an hour of the holiday, I started linking turns, because that's what you call it, linking turns on a board.
Because with skiing, you just throw yourself down. Not throw yourself down, but you can get down a lot easier on skis than a board.
Yeah. So I had a week in Sierre Chevalier where, on the first day of the trip, my mates took me down a black because it was a black on the way back.
Yeah,
I got down it, done all right, and then after a week, I was keeping up with people and this, that, and the other. Then a couple of months later, what happened was my mate was meant to be going to Canada, but he had to drop out. So he said, do you want to go? So I got a trip to Canada for 2 weeks. For 2 weeks.
Oh, you went Canada, yes? Went
to Whistler, Black Coombe Mountain.
But that was nice.
Oh, it's awesome.
We said we want to, we're going to do a whip for the next few years and everyone save up to go Canada.
Oh, it's the bollocks. It's like one of them, what I say of skiing holidays, you can go on a summer holiday and it goes like that, doesn't it?
Yeah.
But because you do a skiing holiday, like I bet you feel like you've been away for 6 days.
Yeah, it's sort of gone quick, but then it felt like a long
But
time.
it feels like a long time,
Yeah.
doesn't it? Because you cram so much in, don't you? All day you're doing skiing, you're drinking on the mountains,
Yeah.
then at the night, then you're having a few beers. Next morning you get up and you're doing it all again, and it's so packed. They're the best holidays. And
It is the best holiday. 100%.
2 weeks in Canada, mate, I was dead. I mean, there's some days you just don't go out because you're dead.
Yeah,
Your legs are dead. And
Me and my mate went like years ago. We went for like a week.
Where?
We were skiing. Went Salsy in Italy.
oh yeah. I went to Salsy. I think I've been to Salsy do.
Like, we were skiing for hours every single day. I couldn't do it. Like 2 days was enough. Maybe we didn't drink as much then, but yeah, 2 days is just. We go for 3 nights.
Right.
3 days, it's just enough.
Yeah.
Like,
But that's what I went for. My mate lives in Italy. He's got a
Yeah.
place in the mountain in a place called Susa. So it's like it's not too far from Turin, probably about half hour from Turin. And he's got a place in the mountain. It's fucking lovely. So he's got like a little local resort
Yeah.
that we went to. And then we went to, you go over the border to Montgenov in France.
yeah, because Italy you can ski. We tried to ski to France.
Yeah,
It's
that's
like-
it. Yeah, you can.
But we got on the last lift was closed, so we didn't make
Yeah.
it. We went all that way. And
No,
didn't make it.
it's bloody good out there. It's
Yeah.
really good. But in Whistler, I went, and bearing in mind I'd only had a week's experience.
Yeah.
So what happened was, I think it was I can't remember what day it was, might have been second or third day anyway. The lads, they all wanted to find this place called Spanky's Ladder. Yeah. And what it is, it's off-piste. So you go up to a bowl. It's like a massive, huge bowl called Spanky's Ladder, and then when you go onto a bowl, you've got to traverse round and get up it first. Then you've got to climb a fucking mountain, and then you've got to traverse down into the top of the bowl, which I did. But what I should have taken into account that it said super rocky entrance, experts only, and my board, a snowboard, is like a bit longer than arm's length, yeah.
Bit taller than me.
Yeah. Well, it's about the tall. It should be arm's length. Should be the
Yeah.
height of you. And if you said the entrance down along round the edge of this mountain was about that much bigger,
Yeah.
I'm talking about even if you said a foot bigger than the snowboard, I'm traversing down on me back edge, and for whatever reason, because it's rocky, board went from underneath me, didn't it? Yeah. I've turned round, and if you could have had like. If I hadn't been wearing gloves, there'd have been claw marks, yeah? It was like that, right? And I've gone down, right? And I've...
Like a
I've,
bear's just walked up
bruv, right?
mountain.
I dropped about 15 foot,
Yeah.
bounced off another part of the mountain, yeah? And then went another 20 foot or 15, 20 foot down and literally missed a boulder at the bottom. And my mates were at the bottom and they was looking at me, they was going, we thought there was going to be a fucking helicopter rescue here, do you know what I mean? Yeah. But I've literally bounced over the fucking huge boulder at the bottom into like powder. And I got up and this American bloke there went, fuck me, that was impressive.
You see,
I went, I didn't fucking mean it, mate.
you see that video? The guy's snowboarding down through the trees and he sees this guy with his board sticking up out the snow.
Yeah.
He found the guy and he was buried in the snow. He had to dig him out.
Yeah, I've seen that, yeah.
It's dangerous.
But that was the closest I've come to dying, I think.
Yeah.
It would have been, imagine dying in a place called Spanky's Ladder.
Yeah.
Sounds like a pervert in tights, doesn't it? Do you know what I mean? It's like, it's just...
We like doing the run straight challenge.
But you don't think about it. The what?
Run straight challenge.
What's that?
Where you just go straight.
Oh, right.
You find a decent...
bit.
It obviously can't be too steep. Yeah, decent bit. And you go fast enough where you're thinking, shit, if I fall over now, I'm going to hurt myself bad. Yeah.
Do you do moguls?
Yeah, there weren't many out there.
No?
There weren't many out there. No, there's a snow part.
Fucking hate moguls. Snow parks are good fun, but
Yeah.
I can't do jumps.
I'll try, but...
I've tried small ones, but they're more like little plops.
I like going the little off-piece. You do the little bumps on the side, yeah.
It's difficult though. I done a rail when I when I went up to Hemel Hempstead. I jumped on a rail and I fell off. I fell off into the fucking drag lift.
I've done that skiing, yeah.
It made all the drag lifts stop. I was like, oh, fuck.
One thing I hate, another thing like doing snowboarding is the button lifts and stuff. On a
do you know-
snowboard, that's hard.
Oh, mate, on the drags, on the snowboard, the ones in France are fucking vicious as well, aren't they? They pull you off the fucking ground. If you're not experienced on them, They're really difficult to get hold of. I remember one in Italy. I was on one. It was a really long drag, and sometimes they go too slow and all, don't they?
Legs are burning, like trying to get up.
And I was getting right to the top. I remember getting to right near the top of my mate's one on his local, and I just felt myself going like this, like just falling to the side. I just fell off. I couldn't get back up. Couldn't get back to the top. It was a nightmare, but love it. Fucking
Best
brilliant,
holiday,
innit?
yeah, so good.
Best holidays.
We hadn't been since COVID. We was in Bulgaria, Borovets.
It's meant to be pretty good, Bulgaria,
Yeah,
isn't
it's
it?
good, but we hadn't been since. But no, it's bloody good holiday. But yeah.
Good stuff. What else then? What else have? Well, you ain't been out or anything. You've just been skiing, ain't you? That's
Yeah.
it, innit? I
Just
tell you what. I bring this up to change subject. Right, I spoke about. We're talking about dinners now, all right?
Do you remember our dinner down Whitstable?
Yeah.
Sorry, I won't mention it again.
Oh, yeah.
I won't mention it again.
Oh, Geezer got in contact with me,
Yeah,
actually.
yeah.
He said he'd give me 25% off as well. Cheers, bro.
Oh, did he message you?
Yeah, he
Did
messaged
it?
me. Oh, no, he didn't. He messaged the group, didn't he? Yeah.
Yeah.
Messaged the group. Yeah, I'll be down there.
We'll go down together.
Yeah, like that'd be 50%.
Yeah. Sort us out a
For
room.
both of us.
We want a single bed.
I was in the harvest. My mate said to me the other day, he said, "Do you want to bring this one up?" It's quite a funny story, right? So we went to the harvester, me and my mate, for breakfast, yeah. And he's ordered his sausage, egg and bacon, whatever it was, right? But I've looked at the menu and I thought, do you know what? I might go a bit healthier today, right? I'm going to have a vegetarian, yeah? Vegetarian, that's what I ordered. Vegetarian breakfast. I'm not a vegetarian, right? I'm not a vegetarian, but I just fancied a vegetarian breakfast, just for a change, and go a bit healthier. Anyway, he's got his breakfast, and this geezer, right, he's flapping, right? He's flapping. There's these people waiting, and they keep pulling him over, and he's going, oh, they go, we didn't order this, and he's going, oh, we'll just take it anyway, right? He's proper flapping, right? And me and my mate are acknowledging this. Anyway, he's come over with my breakfast, right? Vegetarian breakfast. What do you think's on it? Fucking black pudding.
On what did you order?
A vegetarian... Is he fucking listening to me? How many times did I say I've ordered a vegetarian breakfast? Is he having a laugh? A vegetarian
vegetarian meal, you said, not breakfast.
I said breakfast.
Okay.
Take it in. Wake up.
I'll wake.
Yeah. Black fucking pudding on a vegetarian breakfast. My mate turned around to him and said...
that is vegetarian.
Black pudding?
Yeah.
What, congealed pig's blood? My mate turned around to me and said, where'd you grow that? And he went, what? I went, mate, I said, it's just as well I ain't a vegetarian, yeah? But if you'd served that on a vegetarian
So what did you get on a
breakfast-
vegetarian breakfast? What else did you get? Beans, a bit of bread?
Beans, bread, vegetarian sausages.
Okay, yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Yeah. Are you fucking for real? You all right? Yeah, anyway. Congealed pig's blood turned up on me vegetarian breakfast. I said,
You don't have no luck eating, do you?
Mate, he turned around and he goes, I don't even know what it is. And we said, it's congealed pig's blood, mate. It's not meant to be on... You're lucky I ain't vegetarian. Do you know what I mean? Otherwise, it'd been a fucking uproar. I mean, I ate the black pudding because I like a bit of black pudding. Do you like black pudding?
No, I never tried it. Yeah. I just thought, why would you eat that? Like, who even thought of that?
I know. Who thought
Why
fucking,
would you
who
want
thought
to
of
eat
fucking
pig's
ice creams
blood?
in a cone? I don't know. Like, it's
Yeah, that tastes nice. Why would you want to eat pig's blood?
because it's nice.
Like, who would? I
Me.
just don't get it.
I like it.
You're some sick guy.
Mate, you had it. You had it.
It must be nice for a lot of people. It just never crossed my mind.
There's white pudding as well, isn't there? What's that?
White pig's blood.
I don't know. Because you get black pudding, you get white pudding. I know black pudding is congealed pig's blood, but what's white pudding?
He's Googling now, isn't he?
I don't think I've ever had that.
It's basically the same, but does not include blood.
Ew.
Modern recipes consist of suet or fat, oatmeal or barley, breadcrumbs, or in some cases pork and pork liver.
Right, so it ain't got the old blood in it. Okay, that's it.
Lovely.
Hello, you wonderful listeners and watchers. Just pumping the brakes on this exciting episode to let you know about Kieran's app that's changing the game in the gas certificate world.
If you're sick and tired of doing gas certificates on paper, then Gas Certificate app is your way forward. But it wouldn't be an app worth talking about if that's it. With no hassle, you can manage your diaries, invoices and quotes for all your jobs so you'll never be chasing paperwork again.
Don't forget those boiler manuals. I can tell you how many times I've been looking at a boiler and thinking, what the? Thankfully, the in-app boiler manuals have saved me and got me out of quite the pinch.
If it's helped Pete here, then Gas Certificate app will definitely help you, especially with its easy-to-use gas reg calculator and the extremely handy ability to duplicate certs. Brilliant for when you're doing your annual services on previous jobs. So click the link down below or in the description. Use the code POD30 to get 30% off yearly subscriptions. That's for all new users. That's POD30 for 30% off our yearly subscriptions for new users. Shall I read out our comments?
Yeah, go on then.
We've got some comments.
Fucking, do something.
Yeah, I ain't talking much today, am I? Sorry, I'm a bit groggy today.
Yeah, we've realised. Yeah, don't apologise.
So we've got, let's go through our comments. We've got one on Mick's interview at BGCW86. I think we need a second episode. Who's this powerful pooper gladiator? What is that? Pooper gladiator? What's that? Great interview. Great to see the legend that is Cobra relaxed and talking freely.
Did he mean proper gladiator?
Love Mick. Love Mick. I thought you signed it off as Love Mick.
Do you want me to...
Love Mick, what a nice guy.
Do you want me to read him out?
No, it's fine. I've got the next one. Then we got the... Oh, we're getting... You're going to get angry now. It's tall fifth comments. Mazzy Baby on TikTok. Don't you just think, wouldn't it be easier if the makers of the van actually made a van that was fucking hard to break into? These people are in and out in 20 seconds.
Right, yeah. And I had the same thing because I put a post out on my own TikTok about it, saying that the van companies should do that. Yeah, I think they should.
That's
the
good.
amount of money you spend on a fucking van, right, and it's easier to get in than a baked bean can. Do you know what I mean? That's someone, you're always going to get someone to say, we can't babysit people. What are you going to buy? You're going to have your house without a house alarm on? No, mate, 30 grand for a van, you'd expect it to be secure
Talking
and
of
not easy
vans,
to get in.
have you seen the new Transit Custom?
Yeah, I've heard about it, yeah.
I see one on
Sexy,
the
innit?
A2. It's quite nice.
Quite sexy, innit?
Yeah, it's quite nice. All right, I'm going to move on to the next comment so you don't go on a rant.
Somebody sent me a reel of one of them vans, somebody putting a spoiler on it, and I'm like, Phil, if you're listening to me, stop sending me them pointless fucking reels, bruv, because I don't care about a spoiler on a van. You know what I mean?
We've got, this is a quite interesting one. Marksman Interiors on TikTok. We've set up a tool protection society, non-profit, £52 per year. You can get a loan toolkit if yours are stolen.
Yeah, I've heard of things like
A
that.
loan toolkit.
Yeah,
What's
she
they?
messaged us on TikTok about it.
Yeah,
They lend you tools.
yeah. So what? How much do you have to pay a year?
£52.
52 quid, and
That's
then
quite
you can
good.
like, oh right, that's not bad, is it? That's not bad. That if you pay 52,
They must have to have a lot of tools though.
52 quid a year, they probably buy. I won't say that. No.
No, go on.
But that's good. No, 'cause I don't want to be.
Yeah.
I'm
Don't
joking.
be negative.
I'm
Yeah,
joking.
joking.
But no, 52 quid a year.
It's not even just that. It's not. It's quite a cool idea.
Yeah,
But-
definitely looking into.
They must just buy the tools with that £52. You'd need a lot of money, wouldn't you, to support a lot of people?
Yeah.
But, yeah, it's good. Then we got SRT Heating on Instagram. The Cowboys of our trade are named and shamed. They investigate secret cameras to make a case, etc. Name and shame.
Yeah.
But we report our business being broken into and get a crime reference number.
Exactly. Simon's talking about like, so yeah, they've got all these fucking programs out here, cowboy builders and that, and then they're shaming tradesmen all the time. That's why tradesmen have got a stereotype about them that people think, oh, we're going to get ripped off by the tradesmen because they see all these fucking programs. There ain't nothing out there protecting the tradesmen, is there? Do you know what I mean? All right, you've got some like 90-minute makeover shows where they show the tradesmen doing etc. etc. But there's nothing out there at the moment that is actually sticking up for the tradesmen. Do you know what I mean? Like we were talking about earlier, weren't we? Are we going to bring that up? There should be like a fucking website, or there should be some like Check a Trade, but check a fucking customer. Do you know what I mean? Like, so people have been talking about this for years.
Reviews.
Like, let's all right. You see all the dodgy tradesmen and all that out there. making us all look like and bringing us all, tarring us with the same fucking brush. Well, what about the dodgy customers, the ones who don't fucking pay? Is there not a database or some sort of app that we can all check and see, well, I'm not working around that prick's house?
Check a Trade need to add it. Well, my friend, we've done an app for my friend, and it's sort of like Check a Trade, similar concept, but yeah, it has come up to add on.
You put that in your app?
It has come up to review the customer.
Could
as
you
well.
put that on your app?
Yeah, but they don't get jobs through the app.
Yeah, really.
But I thought about doing that. Like you got them.
Like if you
guessing-
so I've got all my customers on my app with all my invoices, right? So like, but then I suppose it's data protection, innit?
Yeah, you can't really. Yeah, it wouldn't work.
Yeah,
it
it's
has
data
to be
protection.
something
It's
like
all
Check
data
a Trade.
protection now, innit?
Yeah, it's different concepts.
Yeah. See, it won't work because of data protection, but you can all like put a camera on the tradesman and call him this, that, and that, which is right. Call them out, but don't tar us all. We need some positivity. Like them shows.
But there's nothing stopping.
But them shows, them shows are always showing the bad side of the tradesman, innit? Why don't they show one where? Because I bet you on them shows where they had that one geezer who come along and charged the fucking old girl £120 for a tap washer change in 5 minutes. I bet you there was about 20 more blokes that come and went, oh, it's only a tap washer. Like, just give me a tenner. Why don't they show them? Why don't they show the positive side of it? Hey, it's always negative because negative and bad press make fucking news and fucking views. Hence why I said last week, get them fucking tool thieves and fuck them up with a fucking dummy van. I've got to stop swearing. You've really got me on this now, ain't you? You keep winding me up. What is this? What is
Right,
this?
Let's change the subject.
Yeah, let's
So
do
we've
that.
got to like join the conversation question to our followers. What's the most unexpected skill you've learnt in your trade that others might not realise is crucial to your work? One of these I don't get. I think that was on a different question. One was communication is a skill. This one is red flags. Was that another question, Abigail?
No, so all of those are answers to the question.
Yeah, red flags is like you can tell a red flag, yeah? Is that what they're getting at?
A skill.
Yeah, so skill is identifying people
Yeah.
who are red flags.
Yeah.
How to tolerate idiots.
Well,
There's a lot of them.
I've tolerated you for the past
You
10
beat me.
shows.
You beat me to it.
I know. It wasn't hard, was it?
People skills. That's a good one. Working in people's houses all the time, different people.
Yeah.
It's not that.
Business skills, banking.
You think how many people at a trade you have to meet, and you never know who you're walking
You
into.
never know who you're going to walk into, do you? I mean, I've been fairly lucky with my customers. I've not really had that many bad ones. I mean, I experienced some when I was in the contract game and stuff like that, where they was a little bit out of order,
Yeah.
might you say. But generally speaking, customers who are paying you are not like... I hear so many stories about bad customers, and I think to myself, that's your choice.
Yeah, I've been
You
lucky.
can meet a customer, you can realise they're an absolute arsehole, and all you have to say is, I'm not working for you.
Yeah, but when I've done a lot for estate agents, so you don't really have a choice.
Yeah.
Like if they're private customers, then you've got a choice.
Yeah, well, that's
but
what I mean. Yeah, private customer. I work solely in the private sector.
Yeah.
I don't really deal with estate agents. I don't want to deal with estate agents. Estate agents, in my opinion, are the worst fucking people to work for because they expect you to do stuff for next to nothing.
Yeah.
And then they're taking a cut. They probably earn more than you on what you're doing, the actual physical job. Do you know what I mean?
Some of them do, yeah.
It's like all big like businesses and that. You as the tradesman, like you'll work for a company doing flat bashing or whatever, you might get 400, 500 quid for a job. You know they're making 1,500. They're doubling what you make.
Yeah.
And you're the one
Doing work
you're
for
the one
builders,
putting your
you ain't
name
earning
to the
money.
you're the one putting your name to the job, ain't you? You're the one doing the physical graft and grinding your knees to the bone, and they're getting double what you're getting. Work smart. That's what they say, innit?
How to sink a floater in a customer's bog.
Ooh. Oh, don't.
How to sink a floater.
I'll tell you what, right, once, right, I was on this job, right? I was on this job, right, once, and I needed, right, I don't know what I'd eaten the night before. This was a few years ago, right? I don't know what I'd eaten the night before, right? But I was working in this job, and I felt it rumble. And the toilet wasn't in, right? It wasn't in. and I was rushing, but it was so bad I was feeling ill. And you ever get the sweats on when you need a shit that bad?
No,
Have
I
you
never
not?
have a sweats.
And you're old. Oh mate, I was sweating. Right, there was no other toilet in the house or anything. Right, so I've done it as quickly as I could. Right, and I put it in dry. Right, anyway.
But the toilet weren't fitted.
It was fitted, but the water weren't onto it.
Okay,
Anyway,
yeah.
I sat down on it. As before I sat down.
So there was no water in the bottom
No
of it?
water in the bottom. Before I sat down, it just hit the bottom of the pan, man. Right, mate, right, it looked like a proper cow pat. Right. I mean, it was just, there was no gap between the toilet and the where it goes through the hole. It was just full. And I thought, that's never going to flush that. Do you know what I mean? And what I ended up doing, I ended up turning the water on after working over a smelly pan. And I flushed it, right? It obviously went to the top, but then it went down. But then under close inspection, when I had a look at it, it was like, ooh. And I looked round and there weren't no bog brush. That's the worst thing in it. No bog brush. Wouldn't matter how much bleach you put down.
No,
it
the worst thing
there
is...
there was still like, it hadn't fully gone.
The worst thing is when you block the toilet, you got loads of tissue in there, then you use the bog brush and all the tissue gets stuck on the bog brush.
What I had to do, I had to get a bit of copper out the van and I put like a wet wipe on the bottom and I was prodding it and giving it a good like, yeah, boy.
Just,
and then I
just use your hand.
Nah, fuck that.
Why?
Because like
Comes out of your body.
Nah, mate. nah, mate. Nah. Weren't right.
Because I've shattered...
I'll tell you what I did right once, right? I'll tell you another story about that type of thing, right? So
Go on.
I was working in this house, right? And I was working over a soil area, but what happened, like it was an open soil, right? And there was another toilet, but they'd cut another toilet in, brand spanking new toilet. Oh, no, it wasn't. It was just a toilet area. So they put an extra bathroom in and put an upstand like 4-inch coming out the floor, right? Anyway, I've dropped my cutters down the hole of this toilet, yeah? And I'm like, I don't want it blocking up, do you know what I mean? But outside of the house, of the property, was the outlet of the toilet, right? So I thought, fuck it. I'll pour a bit of water down there, wash it down, and then I'll be able to reach in and pull my cutters out, right? Done that, right? Reached in, right up to my shoulder, yeah? Pulled it out, shit, all over my arm. And we're like, why is that? Why is there poo in that pipe? Because it's all brand new, right? And what it transpired was the plasterer, right, needed a shit and he just shat down the 4-inch hole. So there's no toilet. I was like, this is brand new pipe, and I've got all shit. And this labourer walked past me. I've got all shit on my arm, right? And he's going, I went, I don't know why you're being sick, mate. It's not over your fucking arm, is it? It's all over mine. And I'm holding me fucking cutters, and my whole arm is full of shit. So they just had to shower me down with a hose. And I'm like, and that's what got me the relationship with the builder that I do work with now. Because he goes, I just looked at you and thought,
your shit.
He's shown he wouldn't let them cutters stay down there because that's showing a little bit of like, you know, a bit of what's the word, responsibility that he didn't want the pipe to block, and you cared about it, and he pulled when you pulled your arm out full of shit, I thought that is the guy for me.
What's the worst place you've had a shit?
The worst place I've had a shit. I've done it in a bush.
I'm gonna let you say it first. I've shat in so many places.
Oh yeah, I've shat in a lot of places.
Do you know I've had to do it before?
Where?
Behind a bus stop.
I'd done it in a hedge.
Coming back from school, I couldn't hold it any longer. But it was near Bexley Heath, and there's a bus stop, a brick wall, and then a field behind it.
Yeah.
So I literally just went behind that wall and had to let it out.
I was down Brentwood High Street and we was walking home from a night out, right? And I just got to go. Anyway, I went in this hedgerow by these flats because I just needed to go. So I've whipped my cacks down and done it. It sounds disgusting, doesn't it? Right, done it. But my mate's got in an altercation with somebody over the road. And I've heard him shouting and he's going, my mate's about, and I was going, your mate ain't nowhere. He went, yeah, he is. He's just taking his shit in the bush. And I've come out the bush and then like he said, like King Kong gone wrong. Walked over and then obviously whatever happened, but we won't go into that. There was a few punches
I'll tell you
thrown
one more.
and a shitty finger in the eye. Let me just think. of some more poo stories because they're quite interesting poo stories, aren't they? Do you know what I mean?
Do people want to know about our poo stories? I don't think they might be eating while they're listening to this. They're probably sitting down having their dinner and now we're talking about poo.
Pause it. Listen to it on the bog. Do you know what I mean? You can relate to it then.
Shall we share our follower stories? We've got a couple of stories
Go on
sent in.
Go on then.
WhatsApp story. I was sent on a job late Friday and had to hang a door quick before the tenants moved in 2 days' time. I was planing the door down in the property and didn't realise the blade was still spinning. Before I knew it, there were clumps of red carpet blowing in the air. I came clean and lucky the carpet was getting replaced. So we put the plane down, it was still on. Right. It's ripped up the carpet.
Oh, I thought you cut his fucking hand off for a minute or something.
Yeah, red carpet.
Yeah,
it must be red carpet.
Oh.
She played in the door, put it down and chewed up the carpet.
Yeah.
Dear.
There's a lot of plain carpet.
Unlucky, mate, yeah. Love underlay.
Yeah. I'm going to read out a story from one of our followers. I used to work overseas a lot doing bomb-proof windows and refurbishment. One day in Nigeria, I was laying carpet tiles and it was like fucking roasting. I'm like talking 45 degrees and the cooling was off. There I was, knee pads and pants, knowing the government official was no way going to be in that day. I heard, "Good morning, Kev. Bit warm out, isn't it?" Just as I was doing what must have looked like the unsexiest four-legged crawl while gluing carpet tiles, without skipping a beat, I said, "Morning, Mike. It'll only get hotter for you if you keep staring." Thank fuck he had a sense of humour.
I don't get it.
Basically, he's saying if he keeps staring at him, he's going to get a bit hotter under the collar because he's obviously a sexy fucking carpet fitter in Nigeria, isn't he? That's what I was saying.
He's topless, so all he's got on is his trousers and his knee pads, and he's on his hands and knees.
He's basically had a banter with a government official about him looking fucking sexy in knee pads, yeah?
So I'm not awake today, so I didn't get it.
Okay. You don't give that as an excuse. Jesus.
We've got a news article sent in. Do a news a news.
This
impression.
is the news. What?
On today's news.
Yeah. What do you want me to read it again?
Right, go on. You read it. No, let me read it. I'll do some talking then. Cowboy Customers are conning builders as 1.7 million homeowners delay payment to bag lower prices. So they're saying homeowners are delaying their payments.
Same thing that we was following on from, wasn't it? Like, basically, there are cowboy customers out there. Yeah. Cowboy customers who delay the payment. And to be quite honest, it's a piss take, isn't it? Because it's that age-old analogy where you don't go into a shop and pay for the item that you've put on the counter 2 months fucking later, innit? Do you know what I mean? If you have the job done, if you have the work done, pay the money. Why are you waiting? Why are you hanging it out? The worst one of all is if you email them an invoice and they turn around and they say, "Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't receive your email." And you know that they've received it because it says read.
I think it just...
on your app, it tells me if it's been received and read.
Yeah, I think it's hard to do because I didn't do it and I wanted to, but you got to try and get that money straight away.
Yeah.
You got to try and just
payment
after
up front.
completion.
Like Ollie said, like it was his thing was a payment up front, wasn't it? You'd pay for a one-time deposit, and then he'd go round, they'd pay the money, and then he'd say, "Right, this is the part you need. I'm going to send you the link for it. You pay for the part. I'll come round and fit it." That way, you get your money before you've even fucking done the job. You know?
I was speaking to a guy. He done a.
I might start doing that. I might start saying, "Right, you want me round? It's going to cost you 150 quid straight away. One-time call out."
Well,
I might just do it.
I was speaking to a builder and he'd doing an extension and he'd finished the job. I think it was like 12 grand left at the end of the job. They said, "Sorry, I ain't got the money." Like that the thing is, some people think you're earning thousands off like an extension, but you're not. That's their profit there. That's the thing. So they've literally done the whole job for nothing and said, "Oh, I haven't got the money."
And I've covered this so many fucking times before on my own page. But the thing is, what people see is, right, I turn up to a fucking house, right, and I say, I do the job, and I say it's 300 quid. All the client sees is £300 £300 of their money going out of your pocket, their pocket, into your pocket, and they think he's got my £300. They don't. They know that you've bought materials, but they don't look at it like that. That you're actually going to pay for the materials that you've bought on the job. Yeah. I'm before anyone says £300, I'm just using it as an example.
I think the best way, just say your hourly rate. That's it. They might say, oh, it's a lot expensive, but you can't get any clearer than that.
Yeah.
That's my hourly rate. This is how much the materials are.
Yeah.
And just be clear cut. Because a lot of people just they don't make up the price in their head, but they work out how long they're going to be there and give them a bulk price.
Yeah.
If you say an hourly rate, it might scare people off, but at least it's straight.
What is an hourly rate? Right. What was your hourly rate? I never had an hourly rate.
No, I based it off what I was too cheap.
I was too cheap.
I was way too cheap.
If I did a call out, I'd be 60 quid.
Yeah.
For a call out. You know what I mean? I'd be 60. And even then, people still think it's like...
It's not... No, you need to be going like at least 70 quid, 80 quid.
You got to be 80 quid now.
An hour, yeah.
80 quid.
By the
Is
time
it an
you
hour, though? Is it 80 quid an hour?
What?
Is it 80 quid? So you get 80 quid for the call out, and then what for the next hour? Say you're there 2 hours. That's 160 quid.
That's the thing. You think it sounds a lot in your head, doesn't it?
But it is, isn't it?
Yeah.
If you're there for 2 hours, well, some people are... This is the problem. See, people in the mainstream public, £160 for 2 hours. Well, some people are only on like £90, £100 a day. So
But
£160 for
it sounds a lot.
But then...
You've got to do the invoicing, you
way
pick up the parts.
You've got
like
your
it's-
diesel,
yeah.
you've got your insurances, you've got your tools,
Yeah.
all that shit.
If you're not charging that money, you might as well go and work for someone.
You might as well, mightn't you?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? If you ain't...
But
if
it's
you-
easier said than done because it's hard to find them customers that are going to pay the right money.
I think as a tradesman, if you're not on £300 a day working for yourself, then you might as well work for
Works,
someone else.
yeah.
Because what's the point? That's the thing.
By the
innit?
time you pay everything
you could
out,
work
yeah.
for someone else as a tradesman and get £250 a day easy, couldn't you? 200,
Subcontracting. yeah.
£250 a day easy. £300 a day in some cases. People subbing and making price work, they're making £400 a day, and they've not got to worry about it. They go home at the end of the night, they do the job what they do on price work, and they ain't got to worry about anything. They ain't got to worry about reprisals from customers. They ain't got to worry about chasing the money. They know the money's going in their bank. But if you work for yourself and you're only charging £300, or you're not making £300 a day, there's no point. What's the point?
Yeah, then you have a good day, do a boiler install, that makes up for your bad days.
Yeah, I
unless
know,
you've
but
got
it shouldn't
consistent.
be like that,
No,
though,
no,
should
no.
it? Shouldn't be
But
like...
it all comes down to getting the right customers.
All comes
That's what
down to business as well, doesn't it? Whether what you like is a bit. I'm a shit businessman. I've said it before. I say it again. I've been a shit businessman, and yeah, that's the way it is, isn't it? We're not all cut out for it. Some, like you say, I feel. Sometimes
I don't think
we're
you
too-
can't say you're a shit businessman because you run a business, but
too-
you're just not.
we're
You
too
could be more
soft.
organised.
Yeah, organised, and but like again, more ruthless.
Yeah.
You got to be ruthless
Yeah,
as a
you've got
businessman.
to learn to
innit?
say no.
Yeah. And you got to learn to say no, and you got to learn to not feel bad about taking money off of people. You know what I mean? I see something. The other thing as well, like mate rate, innit? I see something yesterday on Instagram. Mate rate. It's a case of like.
Then everyone becomes your mate that you're doing work
Yeah,
for.
like fuck off, like don't mate rate.
But we all do it. We all do it.
Somebody said it yesterday on Instagram. They said if you've got a mate, right, who's in the trade, right, you should pay them what you would pay a plumber, right? And your mate who's coming round to organise, his favour to you is coming round and sorting you out before anyone else. So why shouldn't you pay him the money that is expected? Because if you're a
If
mate,
it's a
you
small
want his business to succeed. You don't want to take the piss out of him, do you? Do you know what I mean?
You'd have to pay someone else anyway.
Yeah, you know, you get people say this. You get people say, "Oh, could you do it on mate rate because I know your friend James, or do you know what I mean?" Well, he's my mate. I ain't your fucking mate. Just because you know him or related to him, don't mean I'm going to do it cheaper for you. Do you know what I mean? People just take the piss. There ain't no such thing as fucking mate rate in my book. Yeah.
We've all done it, haven't we?
Yeah, of course we have.
Probably do it next week.
Is that family and friends is like if they want to support your business, they would pay the full rate.
Exactly. Yeah.
But then you've got to look at the other
Because-
end. You support your friends and your family, so
You do support your friends and your
Yeah,
family,
yeah.
but
That's
you
why we do it.
But
That's
they
why you
don't
do it.
know if they don't run businesses, it's different. That's a different kind of support. This is they're supporting.
well, you have to go
Listen,
outside when you've got free time.
I've got many friends. Obviously, we've got friends in the trade. So when you work in the trade, you do favours for favours. I do a plumbing job for me mate. He hangs a door for me. He puts a lock for me. He might do some electrics for me. That's how it works in the trades. We can all help each other out like that. That's the mate rate, yeah? But when it comes down to family or a fucking office bod who wants you to come round and just because you're like...
What's wrong with office pods, mate?
No, but what I'm saying is like he works in town in the city, he can't fucking hang a shelf, right? But he's knobbing your sister, right? But he wants you to come round to his flat and do his mate rate for him. No, you ain't my mate, yeah?
Robbie, can you hang a shelf? Yeah?
I've got some shots I need to hang, actually.
Have you? Oh, take a video of it.
Yeah.
I'd love to see that.
Get a level on it, honestly.
Get your missus to take a video of you hanging shelves.
All right.
Go on. Do you need to borrow any tools?
No.
Yeah, you got them all. What you got?
I've got a spirit level. I've got a drill.
What drill is it?
It's an electric drill.
It's an electric drill. What?
Yeah.
It's got a lead on it.
No, it's battery one.
A battery. Right. What make is it?
That's a good question.
What colour is it?
Red and black.
Oh, it's a Black and Decker. it's definitely not Milwaukee. He's got a Black and Decker in it. Is it Black and Decker?
My nan got me that, thank you.
He's a Black and Decker in it.
Stop mocking him. You're
I'm
out
just
of order.
saying. Oh, Nan got it for you.
Yeah.
Did she?
Oh, that's cute.
Yeah, she was like, you need this. I was like, thanks, Nan.
Oh,
I
bless
bought
her.
Tom a drill for his birthday. Was it his birthday?
Yeah.
What one did you get him?
I think he was a Titan from Screwfix. It was like, it kind of a Combiana bloody impact.
Brilliant.
I'm not going to get him a
I
Milwaukee.
use all my toolkits Makita.
I was Makita as well.
Yeah, Makita. I think Makita, generally speaking,
I like the wall.
mate, I've had Makita for years.
Yeah.
Years. And the same tools have been going in my van. I've not changed them. I need to change the tool set at some point. But all my Makita tools, I would say I've had them 10 years. Easy. And they still work. They still work.
Is that because you don't use them much?
Yeah. Yeah, I don't really use them as much as the other guys. But no, they've gone through the mill.
Yeah. No, the Makita's good.
Yeah.
How are we going to wrap it up?
How are we going to wrap it up? Right, that was today's show. I did ask Kieran if he'd wrap it up. He said, I feel too fucked. So, anyway, that was Off the Job, overtime. And
I'll be better next time.
Yeah, remember. Remember to send us in, yeah, your rants, your funny stories, you know, all that.
Comments.
Well, they don't send them in. We just read them. Yeah.
Okay. I'll be quiet now.
Yeah, send us in all your stories, your rants, anything that you want to raise an issue or other, and we'll read it out on the Off the Job overtime. So join us next week. All right.
Over and out. Roger.
All right. Okay, we'll just leave it there. Thanks. See you Thursday, folks.
All right, this has been another episode of Off the Job podcast.
Thanks for watching the show on YouTube or listening on Spotify, Amazon Music, Apple Podcast, and all other streaming platforms.
If it's your first time watching or not, make sure to subscribe below and follow us on all the big social media stuff like Facebook, Instagram, TikTok.
For our overtime show on Monday, send us in your stories and comments for it to be read out on the show. Send it in via email, direct message through our social media accounts, or WhatsApp us on 07457 406 259.
And we'll see you on the next episode.